Hey guys, Sam here, and today I'm going to make you a super quick video just to show you the basics of losing body fat. Okay guys, now losing body fat can be a complicated process for some people, but in most ways we can keep it relatively simple. Okay, the foundation comes, guys, from energy balance. Okay, so understanding energy balance. So calories in, calories out is going to be the foundation of a successful fat loss plan. Okay, there is more to it in terms of putting on muscle mass. Like meal frequency is important. Obviously, the immune system needs to be supported in order to lose body fat effectively. We need to make sure we're getting vitamins, minerals, micronutrients, antioxidants from our diet. Supplements can play a big role in obviously supporting detoxification and getting the body rid of stubborn body fat. You know, we can use pre-workout supplements. We can reduce inflammation with supplementation, with nutrition, with diet, and all these things as well are gonna attribute to losing body fat effectively. We can look at the way you train, and that's going to be important as well. Okay, so you know, training is going to play an important role in supporting fat loss and facilitating hypertrophy. But the foundation, guys, and I have loads of people asking me all these questions: can I eat fruit? Should I be taking a multivitamin? Can I order some probiotic? And they're asking all these advanced things, but ultimately they're not getting the basics right. The basics need to be right first before we start looking at the more advanced things. Now, by all means, if you're struggling to get these basics right, then yes, maybe doing things that are more advanced will assist you. It will get you from A to B, you know, and take small steps towards success. You know, that's cool. But ultimately, we want to get the basics right, because the basics are going to give you the foundation to make bigger strides and make you know, larger progress. Okay, guys. So the foundation of losing body fat is getting an energy balance right. It doesn't matter how healthy you eat. You know, a healthy diet doesn't really exist, because what does it mean? You know, you could be slamming coconut oil down you, and your calories are going way too high, and ultimately you're just eating too much energy is being taken in. And if you're not training, you're sat on your backside most of the day. Maybe you're sedentary. You know, it doesn't matter if you're overeating bananas or asparagus or cucumber, or you know, you're smashing what's perceived as superfoods. Ultimately, if you're taking too much in, guys, you're going to be probably gaining weight, and if you're not active, that weight is going to be body fat. Okay, guys, so you know, there is lots of stuff to losing weight, but we need to get the basics right, which I'm going to cover in this video. Okay, so here's some numbers on the board, guys. Yeah, these are the figures that I've been using for myself to help myself to lose body fat. So 2,000, the top number, that's my BMR, my basal metabolic rate, how many calories my body burns at rest. Okay, so that's dictated by muscle mass. Muscles are calorie burning machines. Okay, so the more muscle you have on your body, the higher BMR. That's why cardio and prolonged cardio for losing body fat is a slow journey. That's ultimately going to mean it's going to be hard if you to lose weight further down the line. Because when you do chronic long distance aerobic work, like seriously long distance, like hour runs and 90-minute runs and 30 minutes on the cross trainer, 30 minutes on the bike, 30 minutes on the treadmills, and in a spin class kind of workouts, ultimately all you're doing is you're creating a catabolic environment where you're losing muscle. And like I said, muscles are calorie burning machines, so by losing them, you're going to decrease your calorie output for the day and decrease your metabolic rate. So having a higher metabolic rate is going to set you up for success. So my BMR is around 2,000 calories, okay? It's a little bit higher, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just explaining, okay? So 2,000 calories is my BMR. So I know that if I lie in bed all day and have less than 2,000 calories, I should lose weight. Now, if I lie in bed all day, ultimately, if I do that for too long, the weight I probably will lose will be muscle mass, because if I don't use it, you lose it, right? So I know that if I consume less than 2,000 calories in a day, one day that I might lose some fat. But if I do that prolonged, it's going to be muscles. I'm not using my muscles. Make sense? Okay, but knowing that figure allows me to determine what I'm going to do. I'm not going to lie in bed all day. I'm always going to go to work. I'm always going to be active. I'm always going to be lifting dumbbells in the gym, even with clients, even if I don't train. So by having less than 2,000 calories, it is pretty good with me, that with a high protein diet, that I will lose fat. Okay, so by going less than that, that's how simple it is. But with me today, I also burned off 500 calories by walking. Yeah, that was simple stuff, neat, non-exercise activity. Okay, so not training, just walking. So I've been off 500 calories just doing that. Having a Fitbit or an iPhone allows you to track that. Okay, so my BMR is 2,000 calories, and I burn off 500 calories by walking around. So automatically I can have 2,500 calories and maintain my weight, because BMR is 2,000 and my non-exercise activity was 500. I burned 750 calories in 45 minutes of training. I did a gym and body composition workout, full body, high reps, lots of volume, lots of sets, short rest periods, very sweaty session, okay? So I burned 750 calories there. 2,000 plus 500 plus 750 gives me 3,250 calories, okay? So that's my total daily energy expenditure for the day. Now, if I have more than 3,250 calories, I'm going to gain weight, okay? in simple terms. If I have less than 3,250 calories, I'm going to probably lose weight. Now, on a daily basis, this might fluctuate. Women might be a little bit different than men because of menstrual cycles and hormones, etc. But in simple terms, if you stick to these basic mathematics, this is what should happen if all your ducks are lined up in a row. Okay, guys, so what did I do today? So, imagine I took in 2,000 calories today. I know I burnt off 3,250 calories and I only consumed 2,000. Imagine I did that. I've had a bit more today, but this is what I could do if I was really trying to push some fat loss. That'd be a 1,250 calorie a day deficit. Now, we know there's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. Okay, so a 500 calorie a day deficit over a 7-day period would equate to 3,500 calories. Now, based on that energy expenditure, I would lose 1 pound. How much or what that 1 pound consists of would probably depend on the macro breakdown of the food I consumed. If I was supporting lean muscle mass with protein, I was still lifting my heavy weights, because if we don't use it, we lose it, right? Yeah, I'd maintain that muscle mass, and that 1 pound I lose would predominantly be fat tissue. Okay, so here's a simple way to start understanding the basic mathematics of calories in, calories out. And until you get that right, we haven't got to worry about the more in-depth things. If you want to do them, by all means do. If they're low-hanging fruits for you, you think, oh, you know what, £20 not a lot of money, I'll buy some multivitamin because that's going to support my goals, then do that, because there's a low-hanging fruit. It's a simple change that you can start implementing in your diet. But we need to start counting your energy intake and counting your energy expenditure to start seeing where you are with things. You need to start tracking. If you haven't got to track so much with calories, if you don't like the numbers, but track with portion sizes. I give all my women, especially, nutrition plans. The calories are not included in there, but I've worked out the calories for them as their coach. So that's something that I do. Now, if that's too aggressive, which it is, I'm off on holidays on Friday, so I'm trying to keep my calories between 2,000 on rest days, but I'm not really having a rest day, so I'm probably going like 2,500. But I'm training like crazy, so I know on a day like that, the 2,500 and 750, that's 3,250 calories. I'm taking in 2,500. That gives me a gap of 750 calories. Times that over a week, and there is my 1 pound of fat. Okay, which is great. Now, guys, this calculation doesn't take into effect metabolic effect of training. Now, that's just the calories I burned in the session. I was squatting, I was doing chin-ups, I was doing bent over rows, big movements. That's going to work my muscles, okay? That's the chemical reactions in the body, protein synthesis, the delayed onset of muscle soreness, all the things that happen in the body boost the metabolic rate even more. So I know that if I do this for 7 days, my physique is gonna change. I've also changed to go into a more advanced level. I've started looking at my meal frequency, and I started looking at my nutrient timing as well. So I'm putting most of my carbs in the evening, not so many carbs in the morning. So I'm actually carb cycling as well, where I'm going extended periods of the day without carbs. Something that's more advanced. It's a more advanced technique to speed up fat loss. But the basics, guys, need to be there. Okay, you need to look at your BMR, your NEAT, non-exercise activity training, your walking and stuff. Then you need to look at your training session. And then you need to make sure, if you want to lose weight, that at the end of the day, you're in a calorie deficit. Okay, guys? And it doesn't matter if you're in a small deficit some days and a larger deficit on others. Over that week, your body doesn't work in 1 day periods. Over that week, you need to build up a calorie deficit of, if you can, 3,500 calories. In terms of a deficit, will equate to 1 pound of weight loss on the scales. Now, that weight loss could be muscle loss, okay, but it will be weight loss, okay? So that's why we need to track it. That's why at SOS you got the 14,000 pound in-body machine, so we can make sure the weight you're losing is actually fat, okay? So get yourself in a calorie deficit if you do want to lose weight. Find the best nutrition plan to support you, or the best, so-called lifestyle plan to support you. I don't like using the word diet, because diets are temporary, and that'll allow you to succeed with your goals, okay? Track it. Make sure you're losing fat and not muscle, and if you are losing more muscle then that's where you need to start tweaking things. Maybe you're in too much of an aggressive deficit, bring it up a bit to perhaps a potentially smaller deficit, up your protein, and that's when we can start looking at things like BCAAs to support, maintaining and the maintenance of muscle mass. Okay, guys, but the basics are that you need to nail is get the calories right, energy in, energy out initially, and go from there. Now, there's some women I know, and you might be one of these, or some guys I know, where you eat fuck all, okay? Sorry about the swearing, but you don't eat enough food, okay? So you might be your BMR might be 1,800 calories, but you eat 800 a day. Well, sorry guys, but you can't really do a lot. You can't lose weight because you're eating basically lettuce and sawdust and a rice cake as a meal as it is. Like, you're gonna struggle. So what we need to do with you guys is build your metabolism back up, put some muscle mass on you, because Muscle mass is going to increase that BMR even more, get you training properly, and slowly start to increase your calories. When your calories are up somewhere where we can start playing with them again, it might take us a month, 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months to build up your calories to somewhere. Your body will start adapting to using those calories in a positive way, and then we can start putting you in a deficit. If you're on 800 calories a day and you're not losing weight, your body's a mess, and you need to start sorting that shit out, okay? So I just need to speak to a coach, and they can give you more of a recognized plan. But the main thing, guys, what you'll find is, I see with women all the time, I'm not losing weight. They're so inconsistent. So some days they might have a 1250 calorie deficit like I've done. They've walked loads, they've trained hard, they've eaten really well, they've had lots of vegetables, lots of meat, they've created a big deficit to the day. Then the next day, they'll have a massive surplus because it's a Friday night, they've gone out, they've drunk 2 bottles of wine, they've had an Indian takeaway, and their body's like, deficit, surplus, what the hell's going on, you know? So they can often ruin the progress. And when your body doesn't know what's going on, you're inconsistent, all it's going to do, guys, is hold on to body fat because it doesn't know when the next meal's come in, what that next meal is going to consist of in terms of protein, fats, and carbs, where there's going to be a high sugar meal, that's going to spike insulin, that's going to, you know, cause your body to potentially store more body fat, where there's going to be a really nutritious meal that's going to support the immune system and let your body go, thank God, give me these nutrients, let's support the Krebs cycle of creative energy and boosting, you know, all the chemical reactions the body needs to do and facilitating recovery. So the main thing, guys, is be consistent, okay? Start tracking or start eating the same meals throughout the day, or the same meals in terms of protein, fats, and carbs. So it could be you have 5 breakfasts in the morning, but each breakfast has a similar macro breakdown of protein, fats, and carbs. Same snacks, similar breakdown of protein, fats, and carbs, lunch, dinner, etc. Healthy habits, guys, simple things will lead to fat loss. Hope that video helps. Any questions, guys, post below. I'll be more than happy to help. And guys, this stuff is the biggest step you'll make. Once you make this step of tracking, you'll find that the rest of the fat loss will come quite easy. But you need to start doing this stuff now if your results are slow, especially. Hope that helps. Speak to you soon. Have a great day.